Picture this. Some of the world's most popular inventions were created by mistake, and some out of other unusual circumstances. From life-changing fasteners to the cereal you eat for breakfast. The backstories of these inventions are as fascinating as they are unexpected. Today, we are going to explore some of the best examples, complete with surprising facts, funny details, and maybe a twist or two. Invention number 1, Velcro. Let's kick things off with Velcro, the sticky fastener that makes everything from sneakers to spacesuits easier to manage. But did you know it all started with a frustrated hiker? In 1941, Swiss engineer Georges de Mestral noticed that these pesky burrs stuck stubbornly to his clothes and his dog's fur. But instead of swearing at nature, he got curious and put them under a microscope. He saw tiny hooks that inspired him to create the hook and loop fastener we know today. But getting people on board with this weird idea wasn't easy. It took him nearly a decade of trial and error just to get the right materials. It wasn't until NASA needed a way to keep things from floating away in zero gravity that Velcro really took off, literally. And now, it's used in everything from orthopedic shoes to heart surgery. Not bad for a bird-inspired idea, right? Next, let's get sticky with it. In 1968, Dr. Spencer Silver was trying to invent a super strong adhesive at 3M, but what he got was the opposite, a weak, low-tack glue. At first, it seemed useless, but years later, his colleague Art Fry had a eureka moment. He was tired of losing his bookmarks in his hymnal. He realized that his weak glue was perfect for temporary bookmarks, and thus, the sticky note was born. But even then, convincing people to use them was a challenge. 3M literally had to give them away for free at first. Now, over 50 billion sticky notes are sold every year, enough to circle the globe 5 times. What started off as a glue fail is now an office necessity. Now let's talk about the breakfast accident that became a cereal empire. Cornflakes. In the 1890s, Dr. John Harvey Kellogg and his brother Will were trying to create a health food for patients. But one day, they left boiled wheat sitting out too long. Instead of throwing it out, they toasted the stale dough and found that it made a crunchy snack people loved. Will Kellogg thought that they could turn it into a commercial product and added sugar to make it taste better. It was a hit, and cornflakes soon became a breakfast staple. But here's the wild part. Will and John had a huge falling out over adding sugar. Imagine losing a brother over cereal. And now Kellogg's is one of the most recognizable brands in the world, all thanks to a batch of stale dough. Let's talk about the all-time classic, chocolate chip cookies. Contrary to popular myth, Ruth Wakefield, the owner of the Toll House Inn in the 1930s, didn't accidentally create them. She actually planned it. She was looking to add a new kind of cookie to her menu and decided to chop up a Nestle semi-sweet chocolate bar, expecting it to hold its shape and give a richer flavor. The result? The beloved chocolate chip cookie that became an instant hit. Nestle even struck a deal with Ruth. She allowed them to print her recipe on their packaging in exchange for a lifetime supply of chocolate. Is that not amazing? So while it wasn't an accident, it's still a story of sweet innovation. And now, let's talk about a snack time favorite, the potato chip. For years, the invention of the chip has been credited to George Crumb, a chef at Moon's Lake House in Saratoga Springs, New York in 1853. But here's the catch. It turns out he may not have been the actual inventor. While Crumb did help popularize the crispy snack, recipes for thinly sliced fried potatoes actually existed in European cookbooks as the early 1800s. For instance, a cookbook by William Kitchener from 1817 mentions a recipe for fried potato shavings. Sounds like a chip to me. There's also a story that credits Catherine Wicks, who worked alongside Crumb with making the first batch of Saratoga chips, what we'd call potato chips today. So, while the true inventor remains unclear, what we do know is that by the late 19th century, Saratoga chips had become a popular menu item in snack across the US. Whether it was Crumb, Wicks, or someone else entirely, the potato chips journey to becoming a global snack icon started in Saratoga Springs. So, There you have it. 5 inventions born out of unusual foundations that ended up changing the world. Which one was your favorite? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more fascinating stories about accidental genius. Thanks, and see you next time. And this is like, right?
Right.
Right?
Yes.